So first we're gonna look at the goat's foot stitch, which is what Claribel from Sumpango uses to fill in all of the volcanoes around the neckline. And this is we'll just pretend this is the neckline of a huipil. So this is the first row. And she suggests using colors in rows of 2 or 3, so you can choose your colors so that it's even, and she used one color here so that it stands out in the middle. Okay. So if we think of this as the stenciling of one of the volcanoes, we're going to put our needle through. We're going to start with a few running stitches and starting here in the corner, and then we'll make stitches that go like this, zigzag, until you get to the bottom. I will show you on my bag, which is not nearly as nice as Claribel's, of course. I am still a beginner, but maybe you'll be able to see the steps a little bit better if you weren't able to see the details in Zoom. So I'm going to start just like the sketch from the bottom left corner, just some running stitches so that I don't need a knot. Claribel always recommends not knotting whenever possible. So I traveled to the right top hand of the corner, and the loose thread that I have here, I'm gonna just cut so we don't have to worry about that. And from here, we'll start the crossing section. So I'm going to put my needle here, just a little bit below the corner, and bring it up. And I'm working with 3 strands of the naturally dyed cotton, which is what Claribel recommends. So I'm going to bring it a little bit below. And this first stitch kind of comes out almost the same as the first stitch. Sorry about that. But from here, we're gonna fill the volcano by stitching below and then coming out in between the 2 stitches. I think the camera is capturing. So here again, below, and then coming out in between the 2 stitches. And the trick is also to leave some space, because you have to remember that there will be another stitch coming in between. And I try to kind of go on the line, and I don't worry so much about the stenciling showing because these figures will be outlined later with the stem stitch. So any of the stenciling that's still visible later, we will cover it up. So that's not really a problem. Once you get to the curve, you want your stitches to get smaller. And sometimes, I mean, my stitches are a little uneven, so sometimes there's not enough space. But I think that comes with more practice. We're almost at the end. Sometimes one thread doesn't want to come through, so I will find which one that is and pull it. Here we go. And then the last stitch I'll just make in the middle, and I'll show you the back after that. So on my bag, I've decided to do the volcanoes in threes. So here we have three, here we have three. Here I've just done the second volcano, so the next volcano will also be the same color. So to do that cleanly, I'll show you on the back so that you don't knot. I knotted for the last one so that I could start the demonstration, but let me show you. So I'm just going to travel my thread on the stitching in the back. So this is not going through the fabric. I'm just going to travel the thread. Hoppa. And I like to use the head of the needle for this. I think it's a little easier. So now I've come to the top here, and then I'll look at the back, or I mean the front, and I can make a stitch that comes out at the corner where I will start the next volcano. So here we can start the third volcano again. And in the back, it looks quite clean. The thread only traveled a little bit. This is the least distance between the two figures. So it would kind of look like that when it's finished with the stem stitch. And there's nothing loose, nothing will get caught. And at the end of the third volcano, you do want to make a knot. Okay, and that is the goat's foot stitch.